No problem. We were done. Okay, I'm back in the Earnhardt-Irvin area. Got me, Pam? I'm back up in Ernie's pit.
All right. Four laps about to be completed out of 160. The top 10, Ernie Irvin, Dale Earnhardt, Kyle Petty, Davey Allison, and Derek Cope. 6th is Elliott, 7th is Harry Gant, 8th is Darrell Waltrip, 9th Rick Wilson, and 10th is Ricky Rudd. The field comes down looking for a green flag and a restart, and there it is. By the way, Jimmy Hensley did get out of the car under his own power. He ran to the ambulance, and so he is okay. The car is back in the garage area. They're trying to get it fixed and get him back out there.
And Dale Earnhardt quickly trying to get to the front. He wants 5 bonus Winston Cup points for leading a lap. He's been the major lap leader all year long. Lots of races.
Certainly Dale Jarrett needs the bonus points. That's one reason why there are so many points difference between Earnhardt and Jarrett, because of the bonus points that Earnhardt has accumulated. Darrell Waltrip running there alongside Ricky Rudd as they head into turn number 3, and Waltrip has qualified very well. But look up front, we have Irvin sliding from 1st to 3rd as Earnhardt gets the lead, and Petty comes in 2nd, and now Allison goes to the inside of Ernie Irvin.
Boy, you get on that outside and the train will go by. Down on the inside is Ernie Irvin finding out there with the 2 Fords of Allison and Derek Cope trying to go by, but now Allison having a little bit of trouble getting around.
And Cope jumped in behind Ernie Irvin, left Davey down by himself. Now Davey Allison in a pretty precarious position trying to get by.
As those 2 cars run side by side, Earnhardt and Petty pull away.
That's usually the case when you have 2 running side by side. They aren't going to run as fast as 2 cars singled out like Petty and Earnhardt are up there.
Now here comes Ricky Rudd on the inside of the Tide Chevrolet. Maybe he'll get hooked up with Davey.
Boy, Rudd is on the move. He passed Rick Wilson. You see how far ahead of him he is, just over a half a lap. Now he has caught Davey Allison, so he might help push him right on up through there.
If nothing else, a big confidence booster for Ricky Rudd and the Tide team, winning Michigan after not leading a green flag lap all year. Then he comes on to win the race, although it was decided somewhat by fuel mileage at Michigan. There you see Irvin running 3rd, and the battle for 4th was between Davey Allison and Derek Cope.
Tell you what, these cars are struggling in the corner because we saw Rudd right behind Davey Allison. Got down in turn 1, something happened. He was not able to stay on Allison's bumper. Davey back in that same spot with no one to help him. Here comes Dale Jarrett on the inside, and Darrell Waltrip following Dale Jarrett. And then I'm so impressed with the job that Darrell Waltrip has done to run at Talladega. We saw he and Harry Gant racing for about 35th. Now he's up racing for 10th place.
Yeah, both of them qualified very well here at Daytona. It's good to see both of them up there.
More on that story from John Kernan.
Well, I was talking with Barry Dodson this morning and asked him if they had gotten their loose problem. As Jerry told you at the top of the show, a lot of the teams with that new stagger in the new radials were very, very loose. Yeah, they got the car tightened up so much that this morning they took a round wedge out of the right rear to loosen it up a little bit and added just a little bit more spoiler to kind of balance it out. And another thing that Darrell may have on his side today, Barry said they're getting about 7 miles to the gallon. That's 57 laps. 2 pit stops, they could go the whole distance.
Wow.
Wow. I tell you what, the driver's going to be, his tongue's going to be hanging out if they only stop twice.
Yep. Actually, to go on 2 pit stops, you have to run 54 laps one time and 53 laps 2 times. I expect there'll be a lot of them good if we don't see any cautions.
Another car on the move is Mark Martin. There on the inside.
He just went by Darrell Waltrip. Looks like Michael Waltrip behind Mark.
Martin started 18th.
There's Ted Musgrave right behind Michael Waltrip.
Morgan Shepherd and the Wood Brothers sit there forward there.
Rick Massel, another one of our sleepers.
And here comes Sterling Marlin. Sterling started pretty far back. He's coming on up through there right now. Sterling started 22nd, so he's moving up into the top 15 there.
That's another car that really is a sleeper. A young man who's never won a Winston Cup race, but his car has been very strong. And Kyle Petty passes Earnhardt, takes the lead.
Well, we've had 3 leaders so far in the first 9 laps of the race. Petty goes to the front, Earnhardt in second, but now Derek Cope is right there in the Bojangles Ford running in third.
Derek Cope is fighting a very ill-handling race car right now, Ned. He's doing this on pure adrenaline, keeping that car up there.
And look at Bill Elliott, who is hanging right in there in 4th position. We mentioned that he won the Busch Grand National race at Watkins Glen last weekend, and now Cope takes a look to the inside of Earnhardt, going into 3, but settles back.
Besides, that's not the thing to do, not at that particular time, especially if you got a loose race car. You don't want to dive down on the inside of somebody going into the turn.
Here comes Earnhardt back on the inside of Kyle Petty.
Petty and Cope look like we're a little loose coming out of the corner. Now Earnhardt goes back to the point.
Man, did he make that look easy or what, Ned?
He sure did.
Here's Cope to the inside. Is he going to be able to? Yes, he is. He'll put it into second. And now Petty is out of the draft. And Bill Elliott, Ernie Irvan, and Ricky Rudd come along. And look, there's Jarrett and Allison also.
That's restrictor plate racing. When you back off the throttle, you lose that momentum, and you lose 5 or 6 spots. Kyle Petty has done that.
Jarrett will try to get to the inside of Petty. I think it's more of a out of the draft for Petty, don't you?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think he's out of the rhythm and out of the draft, too. The car, Kyle normally has to be running the groove that he likes. That car is fast, but it likes to be in the groove that he likes for it to be. If he gets out of that, he will go back, and he won't force it either, which is smart.
Harry Gant on the inside of Kyle Petty.
We ride inside the Sitco Ford driven by Morgan Shepherd. That's Rick Wilson to the right.
Yep, directly behind Ted Musgrave. Jasper Engine Ford.
Up there is Petty to the right.
Some good racing going on in that group of cars. I'll tell you, as we see, there are a lot of cars. There's Darrell Walker coming down on the inside, making it 3 abreast. Is he going to go into that turn that way? Nope. There are 3 abreast.
Oh, man. Somebody back up.
Spencer, get out of there. That's not the place to be.
Time to hold your breath.
Yeah.
Well, they made it
Wow,
off the corner.
look at this. And he just runs right on the back of the 16 car. What a great run he had. Now, he had to back off the throttle. Now Kyle Petty goes back. That was from Bobby Hillen's car, I believe, that you were seeing. Yes.
This is back at about 15th, 16th, 17 on back.
Some great racing going on that area. The front runners, folks, are all in single line up there right now.
Yep.
The real racing's going on back here.
They're being led by Earnhardt as we continue to focus on this battle back of the pack. Ted Musgrave, 55, the Jasper US Air car.
He and Morgan Shepherd have teamed up together there trying to chase down that front pack. They had lost the draft of the front runners, but now they're coming back up through there. There you can see they're gaining on it.
Gaining on Harry Gant and Michael Waltrip.
And look at Mark Martin as he continues on towards the front.
Yes, sir. He is running in 8th position, and Benny, he started in 18th position, so he has definitely moved up more than anyone else.
Jerry, what's the problem with Kyle Petty?
Just spoke with Robin Pemberton here in the pits of Yellow Pits. He said Kyle's complaining the car's been extremely loose. As we predicted at the beginning of the telecast, Kyle, one of the first to see the car get very loose in the corners. He said, I want to get to the bottom of the racetrack and ride and we can get a pit stop and make an adjustment. Right now, one of our front row starters struggling here in the early laps.
Well, he has made it to the low side of the racetrack, but he is still losing positions. Terry Labonte has gone around him, so is Frank Sachs in the 68 car. There is the lead draft. Earnhardt, Cope, and Bill Elliott looking to the inside of Cope as they head for turn number 1. Earnhardt leads the Pepsi 400 at Daytona after 14 of 160 laps.
Well, Cope's right where he needs to be. Yep. Man, that thing is loose. He come off trouble about losing.
Yeah, he did.
I asked Robin if they had a tire going down there. He said no. He said, well, you got an engine problem? He said no. I said, well, he's getting past like he's sitting still.
The motor shut off.